Hi there. Today, as usual, I'm taking a rather unorthodox approach to weight loss, and I want to talk to you about 11 ways you can look at changing your environment. There are things I did that helped me so much in creating a healthy environment to live in and a healthy mindset. With that came a healthy attitude. All of those positive things put together led me to be able to drive forward positively. Why am I so focused on this positive mindset? Because there's two ways to start a weight loss journey. One is, oh my God, I have to lose 200 pounds. Ugh, I hate dieting. I hate that I have to do this. Why do I have to do this? I've always failed in the past. I can't do this. Or you can say, okay, today I'm going to start my weight loss journey. And I know there's going to be challenges in it, and it's not always going to be easy. But if I take these simple steps, and if I try practicing a positive attitude, I know little by little I can get there. If I focus on the small goals instead of the daunting, huge goal at the end, if I focus on positive behavior and positive ways of releasing the desires to comfort eat, then you are going to lose your weight easily and happily and joyfully. It doesn't need to be a burden. It doesn't need to be unpleasant. You can have so much joy, like I experienced throughout my entire weight loss journey. So let's dive in. Here are 11 practices I've used that I would love to see you implement that will help you push forward even when life throws you some zingers. Because let's face it, we all have challenging days, we all have stressful situations, and life just takes us by surprise sometimes. One thing that I realized helped me a lot was to surround myself with things that made me happy. When I was 200 pounds overweight, before I started my weight loss journey, I found myself buying a lot of pink. I bought pink tops, I bought pink jackets, I bought pink hiking boots, I bought pink runners, and I thought about it and I realized pink actually helped me feel happy. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and think pink about everything, but I'm saying there's something that makes you happy. Maybe it is plants. I have a friend who has literally 20 plants in her living room and another maybe 10 or 15 in her bedroom because she loves them and she feels satisfaction and they're pleasant to her and they're alive and she feels very connected to them. My sister loves unicorns and lavender, and when you go to her apartment, you see unicorns and lavender. You may be someone who likes artwork, so you can surround yourself with pleasant pieces that are uplifting and that give you a positive feeling. You may be somebody who likes to learn languages, so you surround yourself with the time you spend learning a language and you think about it during the day and you think, oh yeah, I remember the name for television. Oh yeah, I remember the word for book. I do that as a regular practice, and it is such a good way to keep your mind away from negative thoughts. So my thing was pink, and I finally accepted that that was something that made me really happy, and having that pink around me created a happier environment, and I needed that happier environment because I was coming from a very depressed, very sad, very lonely place. So please, whatever you really like, surround yourself with it. You don't have to spend tons of money. Just start off with a couple of little things, whether it's a color, whether it's a thing that you like, whatever it is that makes you happy. Being your best self. That is hard to be when you're focused on your negatives. So to be your best self, you have to look inside yourself and say, well, who is my best self? Who am I at my best? Well, I care for people a lot. I reach out to people because I know they're hurting, and if I know somebody's hurting, I go out of my way to help them. You may say, well, I'm really bright actually. I figure things out really easily and I enjoy that. You may say, oh, one thing I love about myself is that I quietly sit and pray for people. I'm not forward and I'm a little shy, but I know that prayer is powerful, and so I send these good thoughts and prayers hoping for somebody else's good. You may be somebody who volunteers. Whatever you do, I'm sure you can find positive things in yourself. Find those things and understand that that is the truth about who you are. When I was at my worst, 350 pounds, depressed and sad, I was so hard on myself. I was so focused on the places I had failed in life, I was so focused on the hurts of the past that I forgot that there actually was a nice person inside of me who has a lot to offer. I'm caring, I'm kind, I'm nurturing, I'm giving. And these things, once I recognized them, I didn't say, oh yeah, but you're so disgusting, you're so overweight, like I used to. And I didn't say, you fail at everything you do. I tried to look at the places I failed and say, okay, yes, I did fail there, but I did really well in this other area. And I helped so and so, and I got through this hard time. I started taking my negative situations and saying, well, surely there was some good in there. Surely I had something I can find positive in it. And I dwelled on the positive. This is a powerful tool to take those negative thoughts and look beyond them. Stretch yourself to find where you have done well in life. Stretch yourself to find where you've gone out of your way for people. Stretch yourself to find where you're funny and you lift people's spirits, or you're bright and you help find solutions, or you're really good at your job and everybody appreciates you, or maybe they don't appreciate you, but you know you're good at your job, and that's something to be proud of. So be your best self and love who you are, because that real self is who you are. Your identity is not tied up in your weight or how you look. Your identity is you, and that comes from here. And when you let this part of you grow, your face starts to shine, and suddenly a beauty that may not have been there before is present, because your eyes shine and your smile lights up the room and you feel positive, and that positive energy is contagious and people are drawn to it. I speak from experience, because when I was at my worst, I withdrew and I sat back in the corners and I didn't allow myself to reach out to people. But as I gained confidence and started to talk to people again, as I gained confidence and started to help people and shared my story and shared my journey, my world has done a 180. I've gone from being this sad, lonely, depressed person to somebody who can not only live a happy, joyous, and peaceful life, but I help others get there too. And that is the greatest blessing of all. So focus on what you have that's right, and you may be blessing others in a year or two from now also. This is one of my favorites, and I've talked about it in another video, but living as if makes a huge difference. Get up in the morning. Don't sigh and think, oh, another day. And then shuffle off to the kitchen to make your coffee, shuffle back into the living room, put the TV on. No. Living as if is waking up in the morning and say, today is going to be a good day. I don't know what to expect, but I'm going to make the best of it. Today I'm going to wake up, list what I'm grateful for, put a smile on my face, put on something that isn't dingy, dark, and trying to hide you in the shadows, but rather something that's going to brighten you up and make you feel good. Living as if is being thankful for what you have in that moment instead of resentful and sad about it. Living as if is doing your fingernails, even though you don't feel good about yourself. Do something that makes you feel good. Throw that lip gloss on. Do your hair. Gosh, learning to do my hair was one of the best parts of my weight loss journey. It was part of my weight loss journey because it made me feel better about myself. So I lived as if I was 160 pounds instead of living in, oh, I'm never going to lose weight. Why bother putting nail polish on? Why bother? I realized I was worth it. So you are worth it. So live as if you're there already. Make yourself presentable, make yourself wear something happier, make yourself put a little bit of effort in your hair, step up, raise your posture up, take a deep breath, smile, and be thankful for the day. Focus on celebrating every little victory. You might slip up here and there. I don't care. You shouldn't care. Focus on the achievements you have. So let's say you've lost 5 pounds on your weight loss journey already, and you mess up and you had a couple of cookies one night. No, you shouldn't have them. Absolutely not. But are you going to dwell on that and lose your progress and say, oh, well, I cheated, now I can't do it. Or say, oh my gosh, I've lost 5 pounds already. I can do this. Okay, I messed up. I'm not going to focus on it. Move on and jump right back into forward motion. Doing this is going to keep you in that positive mindset, keeping yourself focused on every little achievement you have. Those achievements build and build and build and build. And next thing you know, you've got a mountain full of things that are going to put you in the right mindset day after day after day. So when the hard days come, and they do come because that's life, you can say, hey, I can get through this because I've gotten through so many goals already. I know this is just one situation. I know this is one day or maybe 1 hour that I have to get through. Maybe it's a year you have to get through, or a tough situation or a stressful job, but you can do it because all of these little achievements are going to prove to you that you're someone who not only can set goals, but who can reach them and who can get through what needs to be gotten through. Family and friends were critical in my weight loss journey. Now, I had isolated myself, so most of my friends were gone by the time I started my weight loss journey, and that is on me because I was ashamed of myself, and I identified myself as a fat person. I was disgusted with myself for gaining so much weight, and I assumed everybody else would look at me and say, oh, she's a fat person. She's disgusting. How freaking rude of me was that? Now, if you're someone who ties yourself into I'm a fat person identity, I'm disgusting identity, you need to stop that, because you know what? When do you look at someone? Be honest with yourself. When is the last time you looked at someone and thought, oh, I hate how you are. You're disgusting. I really think that you should just be ashamed of yourself. No, you don't look at other people that way, nor should you look at yourself that way. And other people don't look at you like that. You are judging them when you assume they're going to look at you and only see your weight. You are judging them when you think that they're going to forget that kind, loving, good, funny, bright person that you are has disappeared just because you might be 100 pounds overweight or 200 pounds overweight or 20 pounds overweight. It doesn't matter how much. You are not your weight. Your weight is a manifestation of things that are going on the inside, and you've lost control over the food because you don't know how to cope otherwise. But there are ways to cope with it. I go through it a million times in my videos. So just remember, you're that beautiful person inside you that's waiting for you to say, hey, yes, I remember you. I'm going to let you back into my thoughts, and I'm going to focus on you because you deserve love, because you deserve to be treated the way I would treat somebody else who's sad. You deserve to be treated with kindness, the way I'd be kind to somebody else who would be in my exact position. Do you see what I'm saying? You are not your weight. You are someone who's waiting to break free and shine. Shine. Have a support system. Surrounding yourself with people who've been through what you are going through on a weight loss journey or emotional recovery I joined an online group 2 years ago. I joined an online group about 26 months ago, and it was so critical in my recovery. A lot of what I know I got from that. A lot of what I know I just picked up as wisdom along the way. So I kind of mixed everything together in a way that I hope resonates with you because it worked for me. There's Facebook groups. There's online groups specifically for overeaters. There are YouTube channels with wonderful communities, including this one. You guys are making this channel rock. You are helping each other. You're supporting each other. You're giving it good advice to each other. And I sit here and I read the comments. I'm like, wow, what a beautiful person. That was so kind of them. Wow, thank you for encouraging me. Thank you for encouraging each other. I'm brought to tears sometimes at what beauty I see within you. So keep it up and let this community grow. Then you have someone to turn to when you are having a hard time. So if you're an emotional eater or a comfort eater or a stress eater or an I don't know why I'm eating eater like I was, on top of being a binger, a picker, and a grazer, getting to the bottom of your emotions and learning coping strategies that will release your emotions into a positive outlet will be so critical in your healing. I did that through recognizing I was having a moment that I felt like I needed to eat, which became my alarm bell, because if I felt like I needed to eat, it meant I wasn't dealing with something. I would stop no matter what I was in the middle of doing and take a breath, stop. And sometimes I needed to actually remove myself from the situation. Maybe I was in a room full of people and it was too busy and chaotic and I can't just sit there silently thinking. So I'm going to another room. I would pray and say, what is going on? And prayer might to you be asking that small inner voice, or it may be God in whatever form you believe in, God or gods or Buddha or the universe or the light or love or Mother Nature or whatever God is to you. It is critical that you have that connection. That connection allows you to fully experience healing, because now you're handing your pain over. You're handing the situations that hurt you, the things that you couldn't forgive, the people that upset you. You're taking those things, plus you're taking the things that you've done wrong and that you've been dwelling on for years. You're taking all the times you feel like you've failed, you're releasing it to something bigger than you, outside of your own mind, outside of your own spirit, which is so beautiful. Our problems are there and we can give them away and pray for coping strategies, meditate to get those strategies, think purposefully, and watch the videos. I have so many videos about how to process things when you're going through them, so I encourage you to watch them, because this method really does work. Huge one, practice gratitude. So when I was at my worst, as I said, I focused on my failures. I focused on what I'd done wrong in life. I focused on the things that had hurt me, the people that had hurt me, the situations that had hurt me, my regrets, my remorse, my shame, my size. Everything was negative in my head. And one day I realized I needed to get out of that place. And I think that gratitude was the first time I started thinking, Easter, you need to do the opposite. Now, I do that a lot and practiced the opposite. When I was feeling ashamed, remorseful, down, angry, bitter, resentful, agitated, I said, okay, what can I do that feels like it's outside of my comfort zone? My comfort zone was go have a bowl of ice cream. My comfort zone was, just a few cookies. I realized how much that was harming me, and instead I'd say, okay, instead of feeling regret right now, I'm going to start saying what I'm thankful for. I'd list my children, my friends, my home, and the kindness God has given me throughout life. I focused on the things that I've been given that maybe I didn't deserve, but that were still there. Gratitude helps lift you out of a negative space and puts you in the life isn't that bad space. This is a huge one. Forgiveness. What does forgiveness have to do with weight loss? It has a lot to do with it. When you're carrying around unforgiveness, it sits in you like a heavy, heavy burden. It sits physically inside you. You can even, I can feel it when I'm carrying unforgiveness like a heavy rock inside of me. When you start to forgive people for things that may be 30 years ago or 20 years ago, why the heck are you still not forgiving somebody from 30 years ago? Ask yourself that. I know somebody whose husband died 30 years ago, and to this day, she says, well, he did this and he did this and then he did this. And I say, I hear that you're really upset about this, but I also see you allow it to upset you 30 years later when it hasn't been a part of your life for that long. And I think it resonates sometimes, but I just see the pain and I think to myself, there's no reason to carry that pain anymore. Decades have passed with your unforgiveness, whether it's someone from 2 weeks ago or 30 years ago or longer, and everything in between. Unforgiveness is emotional weight. It will make you gain weight because you're going to seek comfort from that resentfulness you have inside you. Seek comfort from the unforgiveness because unforgiveness doesn't feel good. And when we don't feel good, we seek comfort. Do you see how this works? All these negative emotions just lead you to negative behavior, and the negative behavior leads you back to more remorse, leads you back to more regret, leads you back to more shame, and then you want comfort again. It is a vicious cycle. So practice forgiveness for yourself, practice forgiveness for others, and you will see that your attitude shift will actually change your entire outlook, will change how you process things, will change how you treat people, and will change most of all what and how you are yourself. And the last one I'm going to say is to include a little bit of physical mobility. And I'm not talking necessarily about exercise right now, but that can be one of the things you do. But just get up out of your comfort zone, move around, put some music on and dance, go out for a little walk, go down to wherever a body of water is and walk by the water. Move your arms around, move your body, stretch in the morning, stretch in the evening. When you move your body, it releases tension, it releases stress, it helps your body rejuvenate because you get your circulation going, you get your heart going, you burn some calories. But this isn't about exercise. This is about physically being mobile and not stuck in the same chair, sofa, or bed for 16 hours a day. That's it for today. Those are my top 11 ways to help you put yourself in the right mindset to be able to lose weight successfully. I hope this has helped you. If you resonate with these things, let me know what really resonated with you. Let me know where you said, oh my gosh, yeah, that makes sense, because maybe all of them made sense. Maybe none of them made sense. Maybe one or two made sense. Let me know. You know I love your comments and I always get back to you. I so appreciate that you take the time to answer the questions I ask you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you soon with more.